Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your April 1st to April 15th, 2017 read. Sorry about that. I was noticing I'm kind of like, I think I'm in shot. For the main read, to get back on track, I'm using the Bonfire. I want to call it the Bonfire all the time. Thank you for whoever corrected me on that, because apparently I just love to call it the Bonfire Tarot. It's the Bonefire Tarot. By Abby Angus West. Bonefire, because there's a lot of P. Sorry. And for the support cards, the Romance Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay. Let's move you down over here for a minute. Stop? Okay. 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 I'll leave these to the side just in case we need something else. So, very interesting energies going on here. The overall energy for you for this time frame is forgiving and learning. And even though I'm using the Romance Angel cards there, which I'm pointing to the box, not that you would know that, it doesn't mean necessarily it's about a romantic relationship. I like to say this every time. This is about a relationship that means a lot to you emotionally. This is something that touches your heart, that is very important to you. Very important to you. It can definitely be a romantic relationship, especially with the general reads though. Just, you got to kind of look at it in the sense of like, this is something that means a lot to you. So, because I'm feeling like already for a lot of you, this has something to do with someone that you look out for, somebody who's kind of, someone who you kind of take care of or look out for. Let's put it that way. It could definitely be a child without reservation, but I feel like somebody has kind of let you down. Or they're not exactly who you thought they were. In some situations, you thought they could do better than they actually did, and you're kind of bothered by it. Now, because I'm trying to figure out, like, are you trying to forgive someone else or forgive yourself? Because I feel like you might have been a little harsh at some point, and you're kind of like looking back at it, thinking, you know what, maybe that was a little over the top. And I feel like there's like repercussions here, like they got upset, or you heard something secondhand about how they felt, and you didn't realize that, and that's not like, you're kind of like, I didn't really, that's not like, I feel like the person that this is affecting, you didn't realize you affected them that way, and it kind of bothers you. And part of it is forgiving yourself. They disappointed you in some sense, and I feel like you kind of went off in a sense. And part of you is kind of upset that you kind of like had this effect on them, but you were disappointed. I do feel like you definitely were disappointed. That seems really convoluted to me. I know this is a general read, but wow. I feel like more than not, this reading is speaking to you being hard on yourself because you feel bad, because I feel like you might have ripped somebody a new one, and in afterthought you're like, that might have been a little bit more than I needed to do, and you're seeing like the effects, because I almost feel like they're shying away from you a little bit, and it bothers you. I kind of almost feel like when you kind of told them exactly what you were thinking and how you were feeling, it came out really strong, and you might have like really discouraged them, and you didn't mean to have that effect. Okay, well, yeah, they're saying that's where we need to go with this. I feel like there's a lot of passion and strength, and I just feel like you overwhelmed them. Like, you really got your message across quite clearly, and they just really took it like really deep, and they're just like they were paralyzed. All right, I hope that doesn't come across too harsh, but that's the energy I'm getting here. I don't feel like you meant to do that. And that's what the problem is here. Like, you're seeing how this affected this other person, and you didn't mean it to work out that way. That's not, you were upset, but, and even in some cases, I feel like some of you weren't really like upset in the sense of like you were screaming and yelling and throwing things, But when you said something or whatever you said to this person, it came across with feeling, and they knew you meant it. They didn't feel like you were mincing words. You were being, there was no kid gloves about it. You felt a certain way. You saw a certain thing. You had something to say. It came across, boom, exactly the way you meant it, and they felt it. It hurt them. I feel like it hurt, like emotionally. Unless you cuffed them, then, which hopefully you didn't. I'm just kidding. Now, as we start the situation, I'm seeing, it does say calling in your soulmate. I'm kind of feeling like you were trying to make the situation work out a certain way. And you felt there was no reason it shouldn't work out that way. I almost feel like you're, you have great expectations and you see no reason why it wouldn't work out that way. And the free yourself comes up right next to it. I'm kind of feeling like you were detached from it a little bit, though. Like you were expecting someone else to pull their weight to do their side of the situation, and it fell through. And as you're expecting things to work out a certain way, in your mind, I feel like you're looking at it at this point anyway. You're looking at it like there's just no reason it wouldn't work out, and you just kind of let it go. But I just feel like it doesn't go anywhere. It fell through. It's like something fell through. I feel like you kind of expected certain things to work out. Something didn't get communicated right, or they didn't realize at the time what exactly you meant, or like the time frame just did not happen. Just did not happen. This is where it starts. This is where the situation goes wonky, because I feel like you expected something to really just happen a certain way. Like I don't feel like you put a lot of direction or something into it. You just kind of thought it would just naturally work out. You just kind of thought, well, what else would you do? Like I feel like it started, like you might have started the situation expecting it was just going to work out one way, and that was that, and it didn't. The other side fell through. This is where the whole situation gets wonky. Because I feel like it falls through, and that's where this is where the miscommunication happened, I feel. Because that's where they're kind of backing off. Right there. And I feel like this is where you might have communicated something. You wanted something to change. Your words caught, though. I feel like the words caught. I don't feel like you were... I feel like in a lot of cases, anyway, you weren't really like, freaking out or anything. But your words had a lot of weight. And the other side just was like, boom. Just poof. Unless you cuffed them. Hopefully not. But hey. Life happens. Hopefully not, but life happens. I'm really hoping not. I almost feel like you were trying to get this situation to work a certain way, and it just came across really... the communication didn't work right. It just did not work right. Because the other side fell through. I'm getting that over and over again. The other side just kind of fell through. It fell through. They either didn't understand or they just couldn't keep up. Something just, it fell through. You thought it was going to work out a certain way, but something you said in there, they just felt like they weren't going to be able to keep up or do what they needed to do, and it just fell through. Poof. I feel like there's lack of action, like they pulled right out. The Fool upside down to me said they pulled right out of the situation. They just tried to walk away. This is temporary, though. I feel like this means down but not out. This means lack of action to me, upside down. But I feel like they're still there. I don't feel like they left the situation. I feel like they might have wanted to. They kind of wanted to crawl in a hole and die. But I'm getting like a lot of like emotional baggage on the other side too. Like it really like kind of like I'm trying to get deeper into it, but I realize the more I try to get deeper into it, this is a general read, so I need to let it flow through like it wants to. I feel like when this fell through, it led to wasted money. Something, wasted money, wasted effort, wasted time. That might be why you're kind of annoyed and you're trying to forgive the situation. Like it laid waste to something. You've got finances, and career, and give your relationship a chance, which I feel like when this comes into the picture, you're trying to get them back on board. You're trying to get them, but I feel like it's not. They're still checked out at this point. And I feel like I feel like there's some wasted effort in the sense of wasted money. Like you're trying to do stuff to like get them re-engaged, and it's just falling flat. This give your relationship a chance on their side because it's dipping down into their area. I feel like this means it's kind of like you're kind of inkling them or kind of like edging them. Like, come on. I didn't mean, come on. I mean, I still want you to be a part of this, clearly. I mean, that's why I said that. Come on. Like, you're trying to get them re-engaged, and they're just kind of, like, clamming up. I don't feel like there's much happening here. And especially, the more I see the finances and career, I feel like this is you putting in effort, putting in, like, stable, dedicated effort. Like, I feel like you're investing. Like when finances, I feel like there's an investing. Like you've invested in this person. You want this to. You're trying to fix it. You're trying to make the effort. Like you see after the fact. Like, oh, I said that and I didn't. That's like it just went across the wrong way. I kind of feel like a lot of you are getting this second hand about what actually happened or how the other person took it. I should say you're getting it kind of second hand how the other person took it. Second hand, which could be reading a Facebook comment about like something that they said about. Like one of those not direct comments, but like clearly crabbing about somebody comments, something like that. Or it could be just for somebody you know in common, and somebody else is telling you, you really hurt so and so's feelings, that type of thing. I feel like you very much care about this other person, so it's just like I think that's why it bothers you. Because I don't think you saw it that way. I really don't think when you said whatever you said, I don't think you saw it that way. I really don't. But the other person fell flat, and then they pulled back. You're trying to get them re-engaged. Your efforts is kind of like, it's showing them, it's getting them, like it's getting to them, but it's like a slow boil. It's kind of like, it's having an effect, but I don't feel like you're seeing the effect. But it is. They seem to be still like playing possum at the moment. You investing or showing, getting people to move forward. This person, excuse me, this card starts to move in your favor as we go out of this time frame. Because they're getting re-engaged. I feel like they're trying to let go of fears. Something you do in this sense, something that you do to show them that you really want them to be a part of it. You really have more confidence than came across. I really feel like you're sugarcoating some things. You may feel one thing, but I feel like it really bothers you that you hurt their feelings. You know it. It's not like a possibility. Like you know it. If this is hitting for you, you know it, and you feel bad about it. You really do. Because you're thinking to yourself, I'm not really that monster. I don't understand why they took it that way, but. You are aware of your own strength, and you're like, I just need to get in there and let them know that I love them, and I still want them to be a part of this. However that fits in for you. Even if it's a work situation, like this person means something to you, and it bothers you. It bothers you how this came across. And I do feel like they're releasing any upset. Like I feel like whatever they dropped, there's some forgiveness there. they feel like you've forgiven them, or it's water under the bridge, and they can get back into it. Somehow you kind of like you kind of smooth it over, like, all right, we weren't on time, or it didn't happen when I thought it would, but we can still do it. It doesn't matter that we're doing it now. It's fine. You inspire them to let that it's do through this card where you're like letting it go in a sense. You're inspiring them to get back involved, and they're trying. Because I feel like in the beginning they felt like they couldn't do it, like they were just going to disappoint you no matter what they did, and they stepped out. You kind of somehow smoothed it over, and you prove to them all is not lost. We can still do this. Let's just start it now. It's fine. Let's just get into it. You ignite this fire, and they start building. It starts building things back up again to where you originally wanted them. However, the original communication came across, it was just kind of like a misconnect, and it caused things to fall flat. But now, whatever you're doing, you're making it actually become a reality. You have 3 cards kind of on your side here for this end part 2. When this starts building back up, I feel like you're taking a different approach here. You have the Hierophant reversed, and you have the Queen of Cups reversed, which in your situation, I feel the Queen of Cups is a really good thing, because I feel like you're very, very careful what you're saying. You're not oversharing. You're not exactly saying how you feel. You're kind of hiding your emotions a little bit, because you don't want this to go wonky again, and you're just thinking the other person can't handle it right now. At least not right now. Hierophant upside down means, to me, you're doing things differently. Unorthodox. You're taking a different approach, and you're holding back your emotions for the better of the good. Trumping the 2 of those is the King of Coins, right side up. Which means I feel like you're taking a very mature, responsible attitude towards this. I'm willing to swallow what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing here. I'm willing to do things different to make it work out. And you're very dedicated to it. Like this person, it means a lot that they saw the situation a certain way. I feel like you become very aware of your effect on this person in this situation. Like you realize not only how easily you can knock them down and pretty much paralyze them, but you can also build them up and inspire them to keep going. You're noticing you have this really great effect on this person, and it makes you feel very responsible, and you feel like you have to be very dignified in how you relate to them. I don't feel like you feel very free to share how you feel. You feel like you have to edit and be careful and keep certain things from them, only because you feel like they can't handle it. If you let go and just kind of talk like you did the first time around, they can't handle it. And that's how you feel. Like they can't handle it. And it's just going to fall apart. You have to kind of be careful, keep it together, think about what you're going to say, how much you're going to say. You're going to make sure that they're included on certain things. You're going to make sure they don't realize that you're holding things back. You're doing your best for that. You're being very dedicated. And I feel like it's a little out of character for you in a sense. Like you're just being very careful because of how it affected this person. And you're very well aware at this point. Like I feel like this situation is really driving it home. Like this person kind of hangs on your every word. They very much look up to you. And when they feel like they can't meet the grade for you, it devastates them, and they pull back, and they want to leave, and they just want to crawl in a hole and die. But when you show them that encouragement and that respect, that you believe in them, even if it's a tad bit of BS, it inspires them to go forward, and they start moving, and they feel like they can do anything. You have this effect on them, and you're realizing this, and you want to make sure you use it responsibly. I feel like you're feeling the responsibility from it, and you're kind of shelving your emotions because of it, because this person means that much to you. Okay. This kind of reminds me of Cancer's reading in a sense. Only in the sense of like in the end it really starts going their direction. Because I feel like the end it's going your direction, you're a little more restricted than you'd prefer to be, but you kind of need to is kind of how I feel too. I wonder if there's kind of a full moon feeling going on there. There might be. Okay, well that's the reading for this segment. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.